really a versatile tool. It's relatively safe, but since it cuts wood, it can also cut off any of your body parts that you can work through the. Yeah. So right now I have actually this set up for cutting off the tail. So I have this fence is I'm going to cut the tail to length. Now, how long should the tail be? I believe that you never really want a tail to be less than a solid inch, because if you'll see pianos that are more like 3/4 of an inch, and some of those pianos are tricky on getting them to check very well. And you could make a good case for the top sections to even cut the tails a little bit longer, like another 1/16 or even an 1/8 of an inch. A longer tail up here enables the hammers to check. It's easier to get them to check a little higher than if you have a shorter tail. And the extra weight is usually not much of an issue in the top sections. I mean, you're only having an extra little chunk of wood. So okay, I'm going to make, since I have this fence set up the way I want it, I'll just be able to cut this, and I just send this through here. And this is going to give my tail the length I want. And so I'm going to make 4 cuts with this. So here we go. First cut will be, second cut will be taking the corner off. So I just knock this corner off a little bit. Number 3 will be to cut the shank. Shank's cut. And number 4, I'm going to relieve what we call the cove, C-O-V-E, this underside.
That's a nice job right there.
Now, okay, so these are base hammers. So of course they got an angle. You know, they've got a pretty good angle to them. It's not a very large piano, so it's got a bit of an angle. But everything I do with them, I'm thinking in terms of perpendicular to the shank. I'm never wanting to shape the tail like to match the angle of the hammer, because our back checks are all in a line here, and so the tail engagement is going to be in a line like this. There are some few pianos where dang, this is like some shingrings, right?
Yeah.
But ignore that. Never do that. You know,
Never work on chickens.
Yeah. Oh, really? Do they? Okay. Here on this cove, but mainly on this job, I don't want to take too much off. Again, you can take more stuff off, but it's hard to ever add stuff back on. So I'm just doing like some of the initial removal of stuff by this operation. And once you kind of get going with it, it really doesn't take a huge amount of time to go through this. I never keep them in order. I just throw them in a pile. I keep them segregated by the section. I am violating the safety. You should never talk or have anybody talk to you when you're running a machine, because you can get distracted. And so shop etiquette is you never talk to anybody. Even if they want to talk to you, you don't talk to them.
That's right.
So I'm violating the safety regulation right now.
That's a good rule.